Right, okay, listen, here's the skinny on this whole fucking thing. This thing right here, gaze upon its transcendent glory, because what you are witnessing at this moment is the greatest English dub in the history of anime.
I don't know. I don't think I like this.
This is one of those situations where my love for this show is driven almost purely by nostalgia and just how fucking awful it is. Because you've got the full checklist of everything that makes a phenomenal English dub, right? You've got your stereotypical 4Kids censorship. You've got overacted English voices. You've got arguably the greatest replacement soundtrack in all of anime. You've got a fucking elephant whose whole character is just being a really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. That last one is not a joke. This is a real line of dialogue from this show.
Hasta la vista, baby! I'll be back!
I'll be honest, I could probably ramble on for like at least 20 minutes of how much I just enjoyed the English dub of YuGiOh GX. Like, there's so much wrong with this dub, I think it might actually just be the perfect English production of any animation that exists. Like, one of my favorite moments from this show, I think, comes from the back half of season 1. There's this point where Jaden, the main character, he's dueling this character called Night Shroud, right? And there's this point where Night Shroud says the word "it" twice in one sentence, but it's not because the voice actor fucked up. It's because whoever was like mixing the voice or like producing or editing or whatever the hell was going on, it seems like they did 2 takes of like the same sentence and they cut at the end of one take and then like in the middle of another one, but both of them included the word "it." So he has like the word "it" spliced together twice, but he's only saying one sentence.
Actually, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Unless you get a move on it, it will. So do your friends a favor and make your move.
Like, I swear to God, this has not happened in any other show I've ever seen. It's actually like some of the most entertaining media of all time, I think. Another really great example of how amazing this show is like, 4Kids dubbing is traditionally really bad. I mean, you can see this in YuGiOh GX all the time. Like, the characters will routinely confuse life points with attack points with defense points, call cards the wrong thing, just on a routine basis all the way through the last season, or at the very least the last season that was dubbed anyway. But the show had enough self-awareness to include a character like Adrian Gecko, who literally on multiple occasions he just shits on the whole idea of the show and the entire premise behind it. Like, there's this one point where he's in a duel and he like activates a trap card or some shit, and you know, in typical anime fashion, the other guy's like, "What? How can this be?" And his response to that statement is just, "I mean, I played the card. Have you not done this game before?"
Hold that thought. Before you chaz me, watch this. I reveal 2 of my face downs. But how? Easy. I just call out their names dramatically and they pop up. Haven't you played this game before? Because it's a pretty common occurrence.
Like, I have never seen a show be so bad and be so self-aware about being bad, ever, I think. It almost makes me wonder if this voice actor, like, ad-libbed his lines or some shit, you know what I mean? Also, another humorous point is the guy that he's dueling in this scene, they changed his voice actor, like, 2/3 of the way through season 2 and just didn't acknowledge it, and he doesn't sound anything like himself. I don't know if there's, like, some story behind this or if it was just, like, a casting thing. I have no idea what the fuck happened. But yeah, like, they just changed his voice actor. It's just over now. Anyway, the long story short is I fucking love this dub. Honestly, one of the greatest crimes in anime history, I think, is that they never dubbed season 4. The reason for which is much up for debate. Some people say that they skipped it in favor of dubbing the first season of 5Ds. Other people say that 4Kids couldn't find a way to properly censor season 4 because it is kind of dark. To be honest, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's still holding out hope that someday they'll just round up the boys and finally dub that last season. But I mean, let's be honest, there's probably higher odds of me doing something meaningful with my life than that happening, so I wouldn't bet on it anytime soon.